What's poppin', guys? This is something I watch Kenny, King of the Fourth Quarter, and he does a lot of these videos where just like after something big happens, he'll literally just turn on the camera and start talking about it. And it's something I've kind of wanted to do, so we're gonna do it here, and it's gonna be completely unedited. I'm literally just gonna link the microphone audio to the camera audio and then upload it. So there's no crazy edits here. This is just me being genuine. I honestly don't know how long this is gonna be either. Probably maximum of 20 minutes. You guys can obviously tell. But. So the Steelers game just closed. You guys can see by the title. Yeah, Pittsburgh, y'all need to fire Randy Fitchner. Like after this game. I know we just won 36-10, but like the fact that that first quarter was that first half was kind of close. Like this entire season, I have never once not had like a minor heart attack watching the Steelers offense play because they do these stupidest things all the time. Like, for instance, like, okay, we're up 22-7, I think, coming into the second half. It's like 2nd and 19. We're not in field goal range. So if we were in field goal range, I could maybe understand this decision. But we're in our own territory. And our offensive coordinator's like, hey, yeah, let's run a halfback draw for a yard. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you look at the stats this year, and Pittsburgh in the 2-minute drill and in their hurry-up offense, I think it's like a top 5 offense overall, but they don't run it that often, so their offensive numbers don't show it. And you want to know why their offensive numbers are so good in the 2-minute warning and in the hurry-up offense? It's because Ben is literally just making up plays as he goes. One of my favorite things to watch is like during the game, you'll see Ben just telling receivers and telling the O-line, like, okay, I want you to do this block. Receivers, I want you to run this route. James Conner, I want you to either block or I want you to do this. Like, he is designing this stuff on the spot. So you know what? Like, maybe don't fire Randy. Please do, actually, because he's garbage. But like, just demote him. Just if you really like him that much, keep him on the staff as like a consultant. There you go. Like Dwight was the assistant to the regional manager. You can have Randy be the assistant to the offensive coordinator. Like, and I know this is gonna sound nuts, but the person that I think should be the offensive coordinator is Joshua Dobbs, the current third-string quarterback for the Steelers. I mean, honestly, he never dresses out for games, and they kind of really only brought him back because he is so smart when it comes to football. Like, literally, there's an interview where Ben said, like, he calls Josh Dobbs, and, like, during practices, they'll hang out and just create formations and read the defenses. Like, Josh Dobbs is basically designing this offense. So, you know what? Just sign him as the OC. He'll be, like, the youngest OC in the history of the NFL, but, I mean, it's working. Like, that's the thing about Randy Finchner is it's run, pass. Or it's run, screen pass, another screen pass, or maybe a slant. Actually, no. It's run, screen pass, and then like a deep-ass route for no absolute reason. Like, I think a great example is that was the first 2 drives, Pittsburgh in the second half. They came out and just went 3 and out. Like, what? That is, if you're playing a team that is not the Bengals, if you're playing the Chiefs, or like we kind of saw this against Baltimore and against Tennessee, like, if you're playing one of those high-rate teams who has a good offense and good defense that they can slow you down, you're going to stop your own momentum. Like, I'm not even satisfied Pittsburgh's 36-10 win. Like, the touchdown it's going to happen, but, like, there were so many just mental errors by Randy Finchner. And, like, okay, cool. Deontay Johnson had a baller first half. It was like 110 yards and a touchdown for like 6 receptions or something like that. Okay, cool. Well, who are you going to throw the ball to? I don't know. How about Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington, Eric Ebron? Like, there's no, like, the fact that Ben has this many options to throw the ball to, like, or James Conner just underneath for 5 yards. Like, the fact that we are not averaging like 35 points a game is kind of nuts. Also, I think Ben Roethlisberger proved to everyone that he's not washed. Like, everyone was starting to say that he's what's holding Pittsburgh back. No, it's literally just Randy Finkner's play calling. Like, honestly, Ben, he threw for 4 touchdowns today. I know it's just the Bengals, but you take out that 3-interception game, and I've been over this, but I think 2 of those interceptions are absolute BS. One was tipped, and one was just a halftime heave. So that leaves Ben with 2 interceptions on the season, and that puts him entering this week at 22. After this game, he has a 22-2 touchdown interception ratio. You cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that a 9-0 quarterback who has a 22-2 touchdown interception ratio with an over 100 over 100 passer rating, and like I think he's top 5 in quarterback rating. You cannot tell me that he is not in the MVP conversation. You cannot tell me that. quick side note, if we're talking about the MVP, Kyler Murray, I'm pretty sure just locked it down for himself today with that amazing win over Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo for playing a great game, but bro, Bill O'Brien, why did you? That was a second. You gave DeAndre Hopkins up for a second, so that you were, oh my god, you really, I don't even know how to react to that. But no, like seriously, like, and speaking of awards, okay, like I love the comeback story of Alex Smith, but again, if your team is like 2-8 and you didn't even throw a touchdown, I'm not saying he didn't have a great comeback, because he did. Man, literally, like, all jokes aside, he almost died. He almost died from his injury, and he fought back, and he started a game today. But Ben was out all season last season. This isn't just coming to a fan either. He was out all season last season. He has a 22-4, which is still a great touchdown interception ratio, by the way. His team's 9-0. I mean, like, literally, they cannot go under 500 this season. Like, they could win, they could lose out the rest of their games and possibly still get a wild card spot. So, I think Ben should have comeback player of the year locked up. And if we're talking awards, Mike Tomlin should get head coach. He should get He should get coach of the year too, because man got robbed last year when he took that garbage team 8-8. Like, there you go. And here's another thing that I've been noticing too, since we're ranting about Finkner. Like, okay, last year, Devlin Hodges and Mason Rudolph were absolute garbage. We can all admit that. Like, literally, even today when they put in Mason Rudolph for the last 6 minutes of the game, I was worried. I was worried. And I'm looking back and I'm like, it's because they don't know what they're doing, because Randy doesn't know how to, like, run an offense. So, like, I'm judging Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges off of, like, this is below their floor. Like, Randy Finkner makes an offense so bad because it's so predictable. Like, James Conner's, okay, most teams, you open up the pass game by running the ball. That's how you mostly open up an offense. But for Pittsburgh, you open up the run game by passing the ball. Like, I don't know, man. Going back to awards, though, like, I think Tomlin should definitely get coach of the year. And if I'm being 100% honest, this is something I was saying to my fantasy group chat, and a couple of them agree with me. Like, Herbert, not Tua, but like Herbert and Burrow have had amazing seasons, even though they're both with only 2 wins. But man, Chase Claypool, I know Justin Jefferson is putting up numbers too, but like, Chase Claypool deserves to be in the rookie of the year conversation, because I think he has 10 touchdowns now. It's either 9 or 10 touchdowns. He had 2 today, and he's in the top 15 for I think yards and touchdowns. He's in the top 3 for touchdowns. So, like, he needs to be in the conversation. I don't think. I mean, again, more players. T.J. Watt should probably be in the depoy as well. I mean, the man is getting held every single play. I know for those of you that aren't Steelers fans, it's gonna sound like just a Steelers fan praising his team, but no. Pittsburgh, like, unless they fix Randy Finchner, they might be like one of the worst 9-0 teams I've ever seen, because like, Dallas is a great example. What was that? Like, and their defense still kind of scares me a little bit too. I think that Pittsburgh adjusts really well in the second half, because like, T. Higgins was kind of burning Pittsburgh. It was giving me Travis Fulgham flashbacks. And then Pittsburgh adjusted. And I think what Pittsburgh needs to be doing more of, and because I'm a defensive coordinator and I know exactly what I'm talking about, but they did this at the beginning of the year, and this is what kind of helped them get their success, which is just blitzing. I mean, they had like a 72% blitz rate through, I think, week 5. They were blitzing 72% of the time, and it was working. Like, they were holding teams to really like extremely low scoring games. And now we're like dropping back into coverage a lot, and like, I know it's playing it safe, but I mean, this isn't Madden. Like, and even Madden can find holes in zone coverage because your players just sit there. And so, but if you're putting, especially like Joe Burrow, they did this in the second half, and I really like this adjustment, but if they would have done in the first half, it would not have surprised me if Pittsburgh shut out Cincinnati. But they started zone blitzing, and Burrow is having to make these decisions while Bud Dupree's on his back and TJ Watt's coming at his front. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're just trying to figure things out, but like, I don't know. I still can't really call Pittsburgh a real team yet. I think they're definitely in the talk for a Super Bowl contender, obviously, because they're undefeated. But like, if we were to play, I think this Baltimore game in 2 weeks is going to be huge. And if we were to play the Chiefs, I'm actually really curious. Like, I'm not confident because Patrick Mahomes is next level. Like, I'm trying to think who's the best quarterback. Deshaun Watson might be the best quarterback Pittsburgh's played. Yes, I know he played Lamar Jackson, but he's a running back. I just pissed off so many people. But I think Deshaun Watson's probably the best quarterback that we've faced this season. And, like, I think Patrick Mahomes is a less mobile version of Deshaun Watson, but also a better facilitator than Deshaun Watson. So, I mean, obviously we know that Mahomes is currently the best quarterback in the game. So, but yeah, no, if Pittsburgh were to play the Chiefs like next week, I don't know how that would fare off. Also, Pittsburgh, we traded for Avery Williamson, and y'all just aren't using him. No, instead you guys will put Vince Williams on a running back in coverage. We got Avery Williamson, so we have a speed back to fill in for Devin Bush. He's literally a 1-year rental. Put him in the game. Next week we play Jacksonville, which is definitely a trap game. It would not surprise me if it went the same way as the Dallas game. It also would not surprise me if we lost. I know I just pissed off JP by saying that, but it's a trap game. Totally is. I mean, look at the Packers. They almost dropped a game to Jacksonville today. Jake Luton actually looks like a pretty good quarterback, honestly. Like, I don't know where Jacksonville keeps getting these random quarterbacks from, but they're not like dog shit awful. I would honestly probably take Jake Luton over Mason Rudolph right now. Actually, no, I'd probably just take the Jacksonville offensive coordinator over Randy Finkner. But so we play Jacksonville, and then we play Baltimore. I think that Baltimore game is going to be the most important game. We also do play the two other games I'm really looking forward to are the Bills game and the Colts games, because those are two more real teams. One of the things that a lot of people are saying about the Steelers is that they haven't beat any real teams. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking at the peaks for the audio file because it's just recording right here. It's literally the most ghetto thing. I just turned on the camera and started the microphone, and it's like it's all over the place because I've been moving the mic. So apologies if the audio is extremely inconsistent. But yeah, Pittsburgh 9-0, kind of whack. If you would have told me they were 9-0 at the beginning of the season, I would not have believed you at all. Yeah, you guys should still fire Randy Finkner. I do think you guys should hire Josh Dobbs to be the OC. I think that would be wild. I mean, or just bring back Todd Haley. I think like reports have come out that he's just a total asshole. But you know what? We were scoring so many points when he was with the team. So you maybe just phone in like, hey, run this play. You didn't even have to hire him. Just ask him for advice, because Randy Finkner. Literally the only reason Randy Finkner has his job is because he's like a really good friend of Big Ben's, and I think Big Ben likes to have like people that he's familiar with, because I think Finkner was his quarterback coach for like 10 years or something like that. So yeah, again, just make him like the assistant to the offensive coordinator. Don't make him the offensive coordinator, because he's legit what's holding us back. Defense played really well. Again, it's the Bengals game, so I'm not going to take too much out of this. Jacksonville, I'm definitely scared for next week. Like I would not surprise me if the spread opened up at like 12.5 for Pittsburgh, and then by the time Saturday comes, it's like 9.5. That would not surprise me at all. If it is 9.5, I would still take Jacksonville on that. Don't bet the Steelers, man. Like I always use Steelers the wallet winners because I'm superstitious, and because like the spreads are always really interesting. But man, like the over under was 46. What was the over? What did they get today? They literally got 46. Pittsburgh was a 7.5. It moved to 7.5 this morning. 7.5 point favorite. They obviously covered that, but like I was like, there's no way. Pittsburgh loves their trap games. I'm wondering if the Dallas game kind of woke up Pittsburgh. That's what Mike Tomlin was saying in a post-game show, or in a post-game report or interview. He was saying that he was really disappointed with how Pittsburgh played in Dallas. So hopefully that'll like wake him up. They're not going to go 16-0. Let's be real. It's not going to happen. They will drop either a game they shouldn't drop, or they will drop a couple of games that they are like expected to drop. It would not surprise me if they either went 13-3. I think they either go 13-3 or 15-1, honestly. I think they need to lose the game, though, just because it gets that pressure of 16-0 off their shoulders, especially because like I just got a Bleacher Report notification. Steelers go 9-0. Pittsburgh looking unstoppable after 36-10 win over Bengals to continue undefeated season. Yeah, but it was the Bengals, so let's not overreact, guys. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to keep doing like a post game. It won't always be about the Steelers either. It might just be like for instance, if I wasn't so heated about how bad of an offensive coordinator Randy Finkner was, I probably would have made a video about the D-Hop Arizona situation. Arizona is the best team in that conference. Don't at me. Do not at me. That is the best team in that offense in that conference, because they at least have a defense. Seattle, I actually don't. This is this is like I was saying. This is ghetto. I have no. I'm pulling this up randomly. I don't know what the final score of the Seattle game was. I know I didn't get it right. It was my upset of the week. Let's take a look. Oh damn, Las Vegas destroyed Denver. Yeah, no, they lost by a touchdown. So, yeah, Seattle's really pretty far back now, especially since San Francisco also lost. I think that actually puts the Rams ahead in the division standings. But I mean, the Cardinals, man, they look so good. I mean, they definitely need to be in the talks for Super Bowl contender. They're obviously, I really do think they're gonna win their division. They play Seattle again this week, but I mean, if Seattle wins, it cancels it out because Arizona beat Seattle earlier in the year. But yeah, I mean, Arizona 6-3. That's, I mean, if you don't lose to the Lions, you're 7-2. The Saints won today too, which I don't really understand. Like, I don't know what to feel about the Saints yet, especially now that Drew Brees is injured. But yeah, that's this video. If you guys want to see like more of this, let me know. Like this, I think it'd be fun. Just literally, it's not even in a stand. I just hooked up the wire. But it's kind of nice. Sit down and talk. Like this is kind of like post show for the podcast. Like I just pull out a random microphone and talk. But yeah, so if you guys want to see more of these, let me know. I think I might start doing these after game days and stuff, or after like games and stuff, because that might be fun. Or just like the NBA trade. The NBA season's about to start up again, so there's gonna be trades, there's gonna be drafts, so I might do these. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys think differently, please let me know. I'm really curious what you guys have to think. You guys show a lot of love on the podcast. Honestly, the watch time on the podcast is unbelievable. Like I think like it's averaging about 50 views per podcast, which is nuts. I honestly thought the podcast would not be received well. I just did it because I thought it would be fun. I thought and it is a lot of fun. But like all the podcast episodes do really, really well, and it's really happy. Like, okay, cool. We uploaded one yesterday, and it's at 52 views. And literally they all are extremely engaged well with. So I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me on the podcast. Yeah, I'm having a really good time with the channel right now. I'm really enjoying everything. This got really sappy. But yeah, also quick side note, we are about 2 weeks away from December, so expect some Vlogmas. If you're new to the channel, you can go back to about, I think it was 2 years ago. I did a Vlogmas. I try to upload every single day, especially with college being over and stuff. I'm definitely going to try and do that. Don't have a PS5 yet because no one does, unless actually Amona does. If you guys don't know Amona, he's on the podcast. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, you guys show a lot of love. Went on a real weird tangent there, but you guys show a lot of love on like just the talking videos. So I appreciate all the support you guys give me. It's really nice just having a community of like 50 to 100 people that I can just kind of talk to. I know it's a camera, but still. And if there are any topics you guys want me to talk about, literally just like this, let me know and I will talk about it. But yeah, I got work in 3 hours. Yeah, I work a night shift. So I gotta go eat dinner and get ready for that and also upload this video. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm really glad I did this. This is kind of cool to just sit down and talk. Kind of don't know how to end it, so